Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? My name is djanonzt, and we're back with WWE Champions and the very first episode of Top 5s with the 5. And I got quite the panel assembled here. Joining myself, we have Mherex, Guersan, Bob, and Great Jman. And basically, I'm going to lay out a topic to the panel, and they're going to have to give me their top 5 individually. It's not a collaborative effort on how we get the top 5. Everybody gets to pick their own top 5, and then we will use a scoring system to see what the top 5 actually is. So today, we will go through the scoring system. We will unveil what we are going to be focused on, and then we will count down the top 5, and then I will show you each person's individual top 5, and we will see how we got to the conclusion we got to. So buckle up, everybody, and here comes your very first top 5 with the 5. Okay, let's take a quick look at the scoring here. So like I said, everybody will get to submit their own top 5, and then we will put an amount of points on there corresponding to the vote that they got. So a first place vote will give you 5 points, second place 4 points, third place 3 points, fourth place 2 points, and fifth place 1 point. So we will total up all the points at the end of the voting, and we will get your consensus top 5, which we will get to right after we see what the topic is going to be today. Alright, today we will be focused on the PG era, and we're going to be focused on the males. I don't think it's going to be fair to put males and females against each other in a top 5 because they're used for totally different things, but we're going to be focused on the top 5 males PG era. And I chose this as the first topic because it's generally been known as a really weak era until King Sheamus came out and changed the game. But I wanted to see what everybody's thoughts were going back to some of these people, and I'm excited to get to it. So without further ado, let's start counting down our top 5 PG era male superstars. We actually have a tie for 4th place, so there is no 5th place in this. So coming in at 4A or 4B, however you want to look at it, we got NXT Seth Rollins, and he's been upgraded 130 million times all time. We'll keep that in mind when we look at the rest of the people here. And he's got almost 5 million wins overall, 125,000 wins in the last 30 days. And he came in at number 4, so let's see who's next. Also coming in tied for number 4, we got Brock Lesnar, the Beast Incarnate. Now, he's only been upgraded 32 million times overall and only has 730,000 wins all time, so not nearly as used as good old Seth Rollins was, but still quite the formidable opponent. And we're looking at 1 star there. We should be looking at 5-star gold. And he's a blast gem percentage trainer, but Brock coming in tied at 4th place with NXT Rollins, and let's see who's number 3. Coming in at number 3, we got Daniel Bryan, the Yes Man, and he's been upgraded 41 million times, and he's only won 249,000 times overall, so not nearly as used as the other two, but definitely used for his training ability for generating purple gems. So coming in at number 3 again, that was Daniel Bryan, the Yes Man. Coming in at number 2, we got Titus O'Neil, primetime players. He's been upgraded 48 million times, but only used to win 77,000 matches. So coming in at number 2, but not nearly as used. Maybe y'all should get familiar with Titus. And coming in at number 1, to nobody's surprise, it's King Sheamus. He's the king of the PG era males. Your number 1 pick. And he's got 26 million upgrades all time and 115,000 wins only, but he's hardly been out here only for about a month or so. And he's already got more wins career than Titus has. That's crazy right there. But your number 1, King Sheamus. Stick around if you want to see each person's individual top 5, and we can see how exactly we got to the results we got to. So we've got our top 5 listed, but you want to know how we came to this conclusion. Well, I'm going to give you a breakdown of each person's top 5, and I gave them the option if they wanted to do a small write-up or not. It wasn't really a big deal, but if they wanted to justify why they picked who they picked, it will be listed. So here we go. Okay, personally, myself, I had Sheamus at 1, Rollins at 2, Daniel Bryan at 3, Titus at 4, and Bray Wyatt at 5. And I had to show some love to Striker Bray because he got me through a lot. And he was my first 4-star superstar. And he's still being a striker, chucking black gems out. He can still do some serious damage when you need him to. And he's kind of been my go-to for PG tours when you get to the higher levels. Even though I think some other people are better, I have my Bray higher level than I have my Rollins or my Bryan or my Titus. So he's just more useful to me in that aspect. Sheamus, obviously clear-cut number 1. I think NXT Rollins has serious potential to use, especially in the straps and medals and skill plate era. I think that he could be very, very useful for you at this point for your PG era if you don't have King Sheamus. I think that if you put all the bells and whistles on him, he would be absolutely awesome. Daniel Bryan, very similar to Rollins, but just a notch below him, if you ask me personally. And Titus can do some serious damage at 5-star too. He's actually awesome. I just don't have as much experience playing with him, so it was hard for me to put him above the other two, but that's why we all vote on it. Alright, Mherex voted King Sheamus number 1. He had Titus at 2, Daniel Bryan at 3, he had Big Show at 4, and Brock Lesnar at 5. And he just wanted to note that the Big Show was including gear, so Big Show without gear wouldn't have had the same consideration. And he put Brock on there just for fun. Okay, Guersan voted King Sheamus number 1, Seth Rollins number 2, Brock 3, Striker Bray 4. Thanks, G, for showing Striker Bray some love, too. You gotta love it. And DB at number 5 there. And Guersan wanted to note that after Sheamus, they all suck anyways. Bob voted King Sheamus number 1. He had Big Show at number 2, DB up at number 3, Titus at number 4, and Showboat Cena was Bob's number 5. Sheamus, he said, only real viable PG card. Big Show can sneak wins with that botch gem setup. And Daniel Bryan, multiply gem potential with all the trainers and coaches these days. Titus can recycle red MP with red move, generating red gems. And Cena can actually loop at 4-star. Choose move, sub move, not strong, but not awful. And Great Jman came in with King Sheamus at number 1. That was a unanimous vote for King Sheamus as number 1. Absolutely unanimous. Everybody picked him number 1. Jman's got Brock at number 2, Titus at number 3, The Rock at number 4, and Roman Reigns NXT at number 5. Little bit different list. He's got King Sheamus is head and shoulders above everybody else. Clear cut number 1. Brock Lesnar has high MP charge to fill, but he gets a good fix at 5-star with the F5 move. And that's why he likes him. Titus, He's decent. He's got a lot of info in here on why that is. But basically, Titus is strong with that setup, and the gem boost scales up pretty well. The Rock, he said nothing special here, but he's got a gem buff move for 75% yellow gem damage and a 2/6 move. So it's hitting kind of hard, and that finisher gets you a partial recycle. With the boss plate, he'd recycle well. And he has Roman Reigns NXT. He says, fifth choice is pretty hard as everyone is really just meh at this point. But he gets a fixer move at 5-star. The moment of silence lets him destroy power gems. So that's why Jman picked who he picked. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. This was an absolutely fun project for me to put together, and I hope to make lots and lots more of these. So make sure you leave that like rating to let me know that you dig this content right here. And if you're new to the channel, why don't you consider subscribing? And check out all the other awesome creators that collaborated with me on this. Mherex, Guersan, Jman. I'll have some links in the description for all these awesome creators. I'm sure you've heard of them all by now. You've seen them in Discord. You've seen them streaming. You've seen them on YouTube. I mean, come on, who doesn't know these people? But if you don't, I'm going to leave some links for them in the description below. And let us know in the comments what you want to see a top 5 list of. And let me know also if you'd like to see some guest panelists come on and who that guest panelist would be. And I'll leave you with that. So until next time, y'all. Peace.